actual evidence that this Sasuke is stronger than the adult one?
I would say the evidence is that even with the Rinnegan, Sasuke has kind of consistently gotten bodied throughout Boruto.
Is it by people weakening Killer Bee?
I don't.
And are these instances full power Sasuke? Because if they're not, you just can't backscale. And then it's just a big old assumption that point.
I mean, when have we ever really, like, other than the fights against Jigen, Ishiki, and Momoshiki or Kinshiki, gotten full powered Sasuke?
Okay, yeah. So
there's always some sort of.
There's
always some sort of. Well, what I'm saying is there's always some sort of argument for why he wasn't really at full power. Like, you go, oh, when he was fighting Urashiki, he wasn't really at full power because Urashiki took his chakra. Like, okay, that's because he got caught slipping, and Urashiki could take his chakra. So, like, at the beginning, he was at full power. Like, just because he got caught slipping doesn't mean, oh, okay, well, we can't, like, say that it was a real fight anymore.
Yeah. Like, because the reason why he got caught slipping was because of Boruto. And he was also just trying to track Urashiki down at first and gather intel from him because he was like an Otsutsuki, they get studied and shit. The point of him being weakened for the majority of the fights, especially when he's around the kids, is because at this point in time, the kids are not that strong. This is before Boruto has like his Borushiki transformations. So they have to weaken Sasuke and Naruto inside these arcs. So Boruto, the actual MC of the show, could have some showtime and not just have his villains ran through. So you basically admitting that he's only full power against Ishiki and Jigen.
I understand that narratively he, needs to always have some sort of issue with him, but like, I mean, he got caught slipping by like Borushiki. Like his whole appeal is that his eyes don't miss.
No, that's not.
And his eyes
are
consistently missing.
No, because in the Borushiki example, not only can Otsutsuki erase their chakra signature, he also has like 10 holes in him, and he also used a lot of chakra and got beat up by Ishiki. So not only is he it's literally stated he barely can stand. He's lost so much chakra, and he's like bleeding out, and he doesn't have sensory because the nigga erases his chakra signature. So that's not fair. Nobody could have sensed Borushiki. Literally nobody.
But we're not talking about sensing. We're talking about seeing. This nigga had a Sharingan and a Rinnegan. Like, he still didn't see.
They don't have 360 vision.
But he, like, turns. He turns.
No, he turns right before the kunai hits his eye. Because he's under the assumption that his student is knocked out because Ishiki just, like, broke his arm. And he was like, okay, Boruto is knocked out. Don't sense any chakra or anything. Let me actually tend to Naruto and focus on, like, the threat that just got defeated. He has no reason to look that way. Literally, the stars aligned for him not to look that way for a reason.
Where is the evidence that his reaction time with one Sharingan is faster than his reaction time with two Sharingans?
That's not my claim to demonstrate. You have Killer Bee, and you're saying because he has two Mangekyo Sharingan to fought Killer Bee here, he's stronger than this one Mangekyo Sharingan. You can't say, well, you have no evidence for the contrary, therefore this one is true. That's just an argument from ignorance. That doesn't make sense.
All right, I'm going to be real. This is my first time debating, so I don't know, like, all the rules, but I understand what you're saying.
I got you.
So, I think that unless there's something that can prove that Sasuke got significantly faster since he was 16, 17 with two Sharingan, then I don't know how he's beating Killer Bee, who was relative to
I will tell you, I'm going to tell you afterwards why there is evidence for that, but we just explained to you, you can't, in the debate, you can't do that because we have, like, structure to debates, so things like this won't happen. If you were able to just get in a debate and say, well, I don't see evidence for this, and in reality, if there's no evidence to the contrary or the likelihood for it, you would just win, which is pretty unfair. Okay. So we have these rules, right?
Okay.
So, yeah. And the evidence for that, I'll just give it to you since you said you're new. Killer Bee, post this fight, I hope you know in this fight, he's said to be still be weakened from Itachi's battle, right? So he's
but
weakened.
Killer Bee's also playing around the whole time.
Yeah, that doesn't matter when scaling. When you're scaling Sasuke, the only thing that matters is how strong he is. Whether or not Killer Bee is playing around doesn't matter, right? Because you got to backscale Sasuke. So Sasuke is weakened from this fight. He also can't use Susanoo, doesn't have a developed Mangekyo yet, or control around his techniques. I think this is his first time using Amaterasu on Killer Bee as well, right?
It is.
So we have all those variables. Then later on, his Mangekyo also gets stronger over time as Susanoo develops. He unlocks the EMS and he gets a stronger base. So now we have all of these other variables to where we can't say, oh, Sasuke remained the same in body or eyes because he just did it. Even losing an eye, his amplified base and EMS would just make up the difference. And we see this through the feats that he does in the War Arc and in Boruto with even just one eye. Because with one eye, he can still do battle with Borishiki. And I doubt I have to get into why Borishiki can beat up Killer Bee, but if you want to, I will.
But
Borishiki says he can't leave the battle with Sasuke without getting hurt, and this is a Sasuke that can barely stand, with holes in him and bleeding out. So he's still on that Otsutsuki level with one Sharingan. And one arm.
Okay, so I'm going to try and take this piece by piece. You made the argument about the Susanoo. As far as I know, nobody has been able to create a full Susanoo with one Sharingan.
Nah, Madara uses it with no eyes. 0 eyes.
Yeah, but was it a complete Susanoo?
Yeah, it was a Susanoo with legs.
Only got better.
It was a Susanoo with legs. It wasn't perfect Susanoo, but first Susanoo doesn't matter. Susanoo with legs is over the armored one. And Killer Bee fought Sasuke and almost lost, right, because of Amaterasu, while Sasuke was weakened and did not have access to even the skeletal Susanoo ribcage.
But he didn't almost lose. He just
he had to use substitution jutsu. He literally could not get past the Amaterasu.
Substitution jutsu is pretty standard, and also he could just take the Amaterasu off with the chakra cloak.
What do you mean pretty standard? Well, no, Killer Bee couldn't do that because he was in full Biju transformation. Naruto could do that because he wasn't in Biju transformation. While he was in that big 8 tails body, he can't just turn on that bubbly red chakra. That's literally why when they cut off the tail, he has to hide in that tail because they literally burned him up. He could not fight. As you know, that Amaterasu is unextinguishable.
But he can't just turn back into normal B form and then put the red chakra cloak on?
No, because how the red chakra cloak works is Naruto can glob it off because it did not hit his body. It only hit the cloak. It hit Killer Bee's body. If he were to de-transform, that would mean it would still be all over his body before he's able to just output that red chakra to glob it off. Naruto was at the advantage because he was in base. Killer Bee transformed into a big target, which is his maximum power, thus he lost.
But regardless...
And you can't even prove he knows how to do that like Naruto as well, so... Because Naruto does have prior knowledge and a lot of knowledge with Kagetsuchi and Amaterasu. Killer Bee doesn't.
Okay, but that was Killer Bee's first encounter with Amaterasu, and he subbed out. So once he subbed out, if he had chosen to not stay hidden and to turn in back into human form, he could then arguably been able to glob off.
No, there's no arguably. No, he would have died. The literal only reason that he was able to live is because he made this clone. First, he hid away, right? And Sasuke absorbed the Amaterasu from him because it got on Karin. Mm-hmm. That's why Sasuke started to absorb the Amaterasu.
This is the same Sasuke who's already been killed twice by Killer Bee, right? Technically, he lost all of his organs, and he needed Jugo to literally give him organs and shrink into a little boy in order to survive. And then he also needed Karen. He had to do his vampire thing with Karen, bite her, and get recharged.
Yeah, I know.
So this is after dying twice.
Well, he didn't die. This is just after.
But with no, if it was a 1v1, he would have died twice.
Just weaken Sasuke. Cool. That doesn't matter to the argument. You're not addressing the main point here. So let me get back to the main point, right?
Okay.
Under the assumption that they've captured this guy because he swapped in with a clone, right? After absorbing the Amaterasu and extinguishing it because they cannot kill the Biju, Sasuke literally had to do that. He has to bring it back to the Akatsuki. So that means that Sasuke and Killer Bee at this fight both have the means to kill each other, right? And if Sasuke in a weakened body, no Susanoo, his least powerful Mangekyo form, had the capabilities to kill Killer Bee, I have now told you why he gets the EMS and a stronger base and can now fight Otsutsuki's. So he would just be vastly stronger than his weakest counterpart who can already kill Killer Bee. Whether or not Killer Bee can kill him doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because you can't demonstrate that this peak prime Killer Bee is vastly stronger than he was before, whereas I have feats and statements to demonstrate this one-eyed, one-armed Sasuke is literally on this god level still when Killer Bee in the war arc and in Boruto Naruto the movie and in the anime rendition of Boruto Naruto the movie couldn't compete against
eat Susanoo?
Samehada eat Susanoo?
Can't Samehada eat the chakra of Susanoo? The same way that it ate Biju chakra.
It can eat like small amounts of Biju chakra, yeah, but
then give, and so it could arguably eat Susanoo chakra and then give Biju Susanoo chakra. Why can't I claim that?
Because it eats small remnants of Biju chakra. Not only is the Susanoo much larger in chakra than the small remnants it does eat, the Susanoo could just destroy it. Like, one hit from the Susanoo, I can prove it can one-shot Samehada. So, yeah.
Well, okay. So, Samehada took B down from a version 2 cloak to a version 1 cloak, right?
B was also letting him eat his chakra as well.
Yes, but...
Okay, so yeah, so
him down from a version 2 cloak to a version 1. So would... I'm sorry, can you say that again?
In a battle scenario that wouldn't work, because like we just understood and agreed with each other, B was allowing that to happen because he's like, well, he has a large chakra reserve. He doesn't really care, and it's small amounts of Biju chakra. He can literally just recuperate that later.
But we know that Sasuke doesn't have large chakra reserves because Sasuke is always running out of chakra in every fight in Boruto. Sasuke is consistently running out of chakra. He's always on some, I don't have the chakra.
And also, stop. Turn down your mic a little bit. It's loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, it's cool. Let me explain that. That's like a misconception I think people have. The reason why Sasuke runs out of chakra a lot in fights is because if you did not know, most of his jutsus are from like his Otsutsuki heritage or whatever, like his portal creation and his Aminote Jakara. So it's like these take a large amount of chakra. These take more chakra than normal jutsu. So the only reason it seems that he runs out more than normal people is because they use very less chakra taxing abilities. Like, no other Jonin or Hokage would be able to teleport 7 people to another dimension. Only Sasuke can do that because he has the Uchiha bloodline, and he also has a boost from Hagoromo and a bunch of training. Like even Naruto, Sasuke and Naruto can keep up with each other in battle, and we know Naruto literally has more chakra than every single other person. Sasuke can only do that, right? Even while teleporting post because he has a massive chakra reserve.
But can Sasuke truly keep up with Naruto in battle? The one time we see them fight at the end of Naruto is not trying to kill Sasuke while Sasuke is actively trying. Yeah. That's the one time we've seen them fight.
That's it's not the one time we've seen them fight.
I mean, the last time we saw them fight.
Yeah, and that's a fight before Sasuke becomes his strongest, and before Sasuke is at the level of which the Sasuke I'm debating at. And still, that Sasuke also has a large chakra reserve. He literally has the ability to control all nine-tailed beasts' chakra reserves, and not any normal genjutsu or anything can't control that because they're not strong enough and they can't deal with all of that chakra. He can deal with all of that Biju chakra, and he can also deal with using the Susanoo as kind of a ghetto statue and making this 10 Tails type replicate. He can also deal with fighting for days at end along with Naruto and barely tiring and fighting Kaguya. None of which Killer Bee has shown the capability to deal with. So Sasuke would just have a greater reserve than him.
But Sasuke has 2 eyes in all of these instances.
Wait, what is this debate about?
Do you want Sasuke versus Prime Killer Bee, a hypothetical Prime one.
One-eyed Sasuke.
Yeah, one-eyed Sasuke. Yeah. Doesn't matter either because I've already given the reasoning of why one-eyed Sasuke can still fight Otsutsuki's.
I feel like we're overhyping the buff of EMS versus MS. Isn't the buff just that he can spam abilities that would have made him blind?
No, that's not the only buff. But regardless of that not being the only buff, even if Kishimoto came down and said that was the only buff, he trains his base as well, which that's another variable. You can't just ignore that.
Are we allowed to bring in like real like human stats into this?
Like, if you can make it to be, you can do whatever you want. Kid.
Okay, so my argument is that. So this is a speed feat argument. My argument is that the peak track running age is 25 to 27. Sasuke is 33. And the peak mental reaction age, like reaction time, like seeing something, perceiving it, and then being able to react to it, is 24. And Sasuke is 33.
Humans don't have chakra.
Okay, but so do ninjas use chakra to buff their mental?
Yeah. You know the Sharingan comes from the chakra in the brain, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, Uchiha directly do that.
Okay, but Killer Bee handled the Sharingan, 2 of them.
Handled what, a weakened Sasuke Sharingan?
As you get older, that doesn't matter. As you get older, like does the Sharingan make it so that you can see an even more slow-mo? Like, is that
the reaction
Sharingan is trained?
No. Once you train your body in reaction speeds and combat speeds, all that does, since it's like making your chakra reserves greater and more potent, all that does is just allow you to react to faster people. That's why, like in part 1, when Sasuke has the 3 Tomoe, he can like semi-react to, let's say, QB Code Naruto. Then while he has the same eyes as a teenager, because he trained so much, he can now react to Akatsuki members and people who can defeat full BG like Deidara. Yeah, the reason is because they train their body. Training body literally increases like every single stat. And having a larger chakra reserve does that as well. Got a boost from Hagoromo, a literal half Otsutsuki. All of those variables just make him, broke as fuck crack.
So one EMS Sharingan is on par or greater than the perceptiveness of 2 Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yes. And don't take that out of context as I'm saying. If he had 2 now, he would be greater with only 1. No, if he had 2 currently, he would be greater with 2. The only reason it is greater than what it was prior is because all the variables I mentioned, such as the Otsutsuki amp, training the body, having a greater ocular ability, and not being weakened.
But even just from a like forget reaction time, just like he's got a smaller like visual window.
Doesn't matter.
I keep going back to that one shot of Sasuke trying to keep up with the swords, with both eyes, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yes, I'm talking about the one shot where he's fighting Killer Bee, and he's trying to keep up. Yeah. Pull the GIF out.
Man, this is the GIF right here. I got you, man. But I know what you're talking about, where he barely can keep up, and his eyes start going everywhere. Is this right here? And then let me send the other one.
And we both remember how right after that shot, Sasuke catches like 8 swords to the gut, right?
Yeah, well, first there's like a downward kick he dodges because he can react to Killer Bee, but Killer Bee is slightly faster. It's not like he's just getting blitzed. He's just at the lower end of the relativity.
So. I just can't imagine him with one eye because now there's more swords that are completely out of his field of vision. Like
that's the thing about debate. You saying you can't imagine something isn't really valid.
Okay, I get that. Okay, how when he literally has half of the field of vision now because he has
because his
reaction, keep up with that plus Samehada.
Okay, yeah.
He's got to worry about the
Because
Samehada now and 8 blades, or however many.
I got you. I'll explain it to you. That's because he now has massively increased combat reactions, travel, more
We haven't even
chakra,
brought up that he has
and a
one
stronger
arm
eye.
now. We haven't even brought up
The
that he
one
has
arm,
one arm.
the one arm at most decreases physical ability, not power at most. And
I
then
mean,
he's had one arm for like 20 plus years at this point. He's pretty adept with using one arm, and he's also ambidextrous as well. So it's not like he left his good arm. He lost his good arm. Like he can use both hands. He's been well trained with it for like more than a decade, and he has increased combat reaction speed. Everything. It doesn't matter with the one arm anymore. Probably could have had that argument if it was like a day after he lost his arm. Kind of has to get into the motion of everything, but it's not an argument at this point. The nigga's like 34. He lost it when he was 17.
so do you believe
He's had one arm for like equally as long as he's had two arms.
that's
He's
true?
well
That's true.
adapted.
Do you believe that 33-year-old Sasuke is the strongest he's ever been, or do you think that he was probably stronger when he was 27, 25?
No. So the strongest
Just
Sasuke's
based
ever
on the
been.
way humanity works.
The strongest is I know how like general primes work, but you gotta understand that's a general thing, right? And with general things, there are always outliers. Like yes, generally speaking, humans are in their prime. What you said in track speed, 27 or some shit. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. Yeah, that doesn't mean it's impossible for like a 33 or 34-year-old to outspeed their 27-year-old self. It's just a general stats. General stats is used as generalizations, like the name applies. But Sasuke, yes, I do believe at 33, 34 with his Rinnegan, he is the strongest he's ever been. And that is just demonstrated through the opponents that he fights, which eclipses the opponents that he's fought prior.
It's just, throughout all of Boruto, we've never gotten an example of Sasuke in a 1v1 where he's winning or coming close to winning. So, like, I feel like
people in Boruto are strong.
Yeah, but all of these like arguments of like, oh well, you know, could be handle Momoshiki, could be handle Kinshiki.
Well, no. It's not. Could he handle these people? He can't. He got one shot by Momoshiki.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, he can't. Yeah. But neither can a one-eyed, one-armed Sasuke.
If we're going by anime, like we said, he can handle Borushiki. So
Sasuke can handle Borushiki.
Yeah, you know,
based on statements. Yeah.
Well, but based on feet saying statements, right? You know, in the fight with Borushiki, after he stabs out the eye, Sasuke now has like 8 holes in his body. He's used a bunch of chakra, and he also has a hole in his eye now. And Momoshiki literally says he cannot leave this battle unscathed. That would mean that without these holes and without the prior battle with the strongest person in the verse at that point, Sasuke would have won.
But isn't Borushiki one weaker than Momoshiki?
No.
And no, same strength?
No. Well, Borushiki.
And then there's also the element of he's worried about Boruto taking control, because that's also a factor. That's a loose condition.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. Not only does he have all the stuff that I just named with like being able to like beat up Momoshiki if he wasn't like battle damaged, he also said he was basically holding back in that fight against Borushiki as well when Momoshiki was trying to kill him, because he didn't really have the resolve to kill Boruto either. So now he's holding back, barely can stand because that's his student, and he cares about his student a lot.
I get that, but like we're making the argument that he's holding back, but at the same time he needed Kawaki's help. So like, how can you need help and be holding back at the same time?
He helped Kawaki. Kawaki got stabbed in the back, and Sasuke came in and kicked away Borushiki. And the reason why he's holding back, he is fighting to not die, but he's holding back because he doesn't have the resolve to kill his student. Let me give you an example.
That's never stated. He's actually stated multiple times that he does have the resolve to kill his student.
Yes,
please pull the statement. Because I feel like I've seen at least twice him say he does have the resolve
statement you see is post-fight when he says he will have the resolve to kill him. But he literally said he didn't at first. I'm about to send this statement. I'll try to do this stuff. It should be like 50 something. Do you also want that Momoshiki statement of him not being able to leave unscathed, or do you remember that one?
Yeah, let me see it. Not because I don't believe you, just because like.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know. Cool. I feel like it'll make things easier for me.
And this is also I'm about to also send Sasuke barely being able to stand.
Okay.
He's like. I'm saving all of them right now. Momoshiki statement.
Is there evidence that Sasuke got faster? I mean, I'm not allowed to do that shit.
But you can ask, the evidence Sasuke got what? Faster than what?
Sasuke got significantly faster from his fight with Killer Bee. Because like there's a lot of stuff
he
like
goes from,
it looks like he's going lightning speed, but Kakashi was going lightning speed in part 1. Like lightning speed's a really.
You said it looks like he's going lightning speed.
Like,
what the fuck?
Because they'll show him running like his fight with Momoshiki, when it's like
when he's amplifying him with himself with lightning chakra.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna just tell you when they amplify themselves with a chakra, like let's say lightning, for example, the Raikage is a good example. While he amplifies himself with lightning chakra, in the data books it stated he can like go at light speed or almost light speed, right? And we know lightning.
The same way that Kakashi went light speed when he killed Haku, right?
No, Kakashi didn't go light speed when he killed Haku.
That's what they said. They said, oh no, they said lightning speed. My bad.
No. Haku travels at light speed between the mirrors, but Haku was holding back.
Haku does travel at light speed between the mirrors.
Yeah.
Do you think
it stated he could? It's not stated he does.
Could B beat Haku? Could B react to Haku and defeat Haku?
Probably.
Because if B can react to and beat Haku, who's light speed, and the argument is also that Sasuke is light speed, then
Sasuke
beats Sasuke. How are you faster than light speed? That you're breaking the universe if you're faster than light speed.
Well, no, that's only in real life. That's only in real life. That isn't in fiction.
I don't know how that argument stands. I don't like. This is my first. Is that something you can say? Is that a statement people can make?
Yeah, you know how in fiction things can happen that doesn't happen in real life. You know how we can't summon a Susanoo, but Madara can summon a Susanoo? That's because in fiction, things can work a little differently. Like, generally, we follow the same laws.
Yeah, but, physics still apply. Gravity still exists, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about
to say. Take wind resistance into account when they're throwing their shuriken. Like, there's still, general laws of physics that apply to both our universe and their universe. If you're going beyond the speed of light, you're bending time.
Well, those don't apply. If you would let me finish my sentence, I was about to.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I was saying generally there are rules that we both follow in fiction and nonfiction. For some verses, like in Naruto, they still got to breathe oxygen, still got to talk. The words still mean the same thing. Those things are presupposed. But when we're dealing with something like light speed or making a chakra ball that can destroy mountains or some shit, those things are just proven to be differently, right? In the data books, these sourced from the author, we see and get statements that these people can move at light speed, right? And if you want to take IRL logic,
can you show me a statement that says that somebody's moving faster than light speed?
I can show you a couple statements. Well, the faster than light is just dodging them. You got to be faster than something to dodge them. I hope you know that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so yeah. Which light speed? I have a couple. It doesn't matter which one I use. You cool with light thing?
Well, I'm cool with whatever.
You know that, yeah. It's basically a beam of light.
Is that fucking shit that is that like scale busting shit that Madara pulled?
Scale busting?
I don't know. Like I feel like that's the thing where Madara like spits a laser and like Naruto dodges it, right?
Yeah. What does scale busting mean?
I don't know. It's just like I feel like it makes it hard to even have a conversation when that like feat is thrown into the room because it's just so wild.
Why do you think it's hard? Why do you think light speed is so wild? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's just it.
Dude,
because once you're faster than light speed, you're bending time.
What other animes do you watch?
Shit. Pretty much everything. One Piece, Dragon Ball Z.
You watch Dragon Ball
Evangelion.
Z and you're surprised when people can go light speed?
When you go faster than light speed, they like make statements like in Dragon Ball Z, it's like wild. So they say things like, "Oh, they're literally bending the universe with their power." So I can understand it. I can understand it with Dragon Ball because yes, they do. Battle of Gods. It was all about their power.
Yeah, that's post Dragon Ball Z. I said Dragon Ball Z, right? We're talking about Battle of Gods. That's literally the end. They're light speed.
Technically, Battle of Gods is Z. Isn't
I said that's literally the end, though.
Okay.
Right? Do you know how fast light is? You know it travels around the Earth, I believe, 8 times a second, right? You know that? Yeah, it takes that long. You know Gotenks, right? He can travel around the world like 13 times in like an instant. He's faster than light. That kid isn't bending space. You know why he's not bending space? Because it's an anime manga, right? And when the authors put in these crazy abilities, they're like, yeah, they're used to hype up the story and show like hype, flashy fights, but we're not going to apply the logic of bending time or not being able to be seen by the eye because no one wants to read that. No one's going to read a story where someone's moving at light speed and they're not talking, right? Because sound is massively less than light. Dragon Ball characters can talk during fights, but move at massively faster than light speeds. You know why? Because the story still has to be told, right? No one's going to read a book of straight lines zipping across the panel with no dialogue. It's called plot-induced stupidity. You have to have these things that are necessary to tell this fictional
Dragon Ball fans can't even read, so how could they begin to understand?
I'm not gonna comment on that. That was crazy. But yeah, there are some things that are just necessary to not having a story, while also having things like light speed or being able to destroy mountains and shit. Okay. Like you never realize how they have these planetary blasts that hit the planet, but they don't destroy the planet because of AP and DC and shit. Those are also
every time it could destroy the planet, the villain says this is strong enough to destroy the planet, and then of course the hero needs to prevent it.
Yeah, then it does. Like have you watched the new Dragon Ball movie, Cell Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how Cell Max he's pretty strong. He's like stronger than Cell, right? Who can destroy a solar system?
Yeah.
And you know how when he explodes on the Earth, he only makes a crater while being stronger than someone who can destroy a solar system? That's necessary.
Okay.
Right? It may seem stupid, but that's necessary to have.
Okay.
Right? So I'm glad we got that light speed out the way.
So we're saying Sasuke is faster than light.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't matter inverse scaling, right? Because whether or not he's faster than light, you just have a scaling chain which says it's something. Faster than light and shit like that.
I don't know. I feel like it matters. I feel like it matters because we can say confidently that Haku is light speed, and we can also confidently say
that doesn't matter.
He would probably body Haku.
That doesn't matter in verse though, because that's the reason why we have these light speeds and shit. Is because when we're doing cross verse, when they have no scaling chain or links to each other, we can use those. But instead of having this,
so that's why everybody agrees that Flash beats Minato, even though in verse,
because the Flash in the comics, he can like outrun death. He can run through whole universes in a second. He does crazy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we use cross-verse scaling.
I just gotta say, pause from the debate. I appreciate you teaching me about like debate rules and shit.
I got you.
Because you could have just road run me because I didn't know, but you've been like very helpful. But
yeah, I got you, King.
Okay, so Sasuke is faster than light. B
is also
probably faster than light.
Yeah, just to a lesser degree than
as much
Sasuke.
faster than light. Yeah. Okay.
Think about it. If we want to put numbers on it, think about it. Let's say B was 3 times faster than light. Sasuke could be like 20 times or something. Which they're both still faster than light. He's just by 20 times. He's just by 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like. I can't like think of any like scans or anything that come to mind that show me like, okay, that Sasuke is way faster now. Like, I don't even know if I can keep up with it.
When you're like watching the show, once you get to a certain part, it's like hard to portray speed, right? If we want to just go off looks alone, let's say Sasuke fighting someone like Borishiki, going off looks will look probably less impressive without all the context than Lee versus Gaara, right? Because Lee versus Gaara, he's disappearing off the screen. He's breaking the fucking pavement just by running. And it's like, damn, this guy's super fast, super powerful. Whose mic is that? But yeah, this guy's super fast, super powerful just by looking at it. But with all the context of the statements and the scaling throughout the show, it's like, well, we know fucking Kid Lee isn't faster than adult Sasuke. Yeah. Because of this, and that. But
are we in agreement that speed is the main factor in this fight? Speed and reaction time?
Oh, well, no. Heavens, no.
Because I feel like Genjutsu... I feel like Genjutsu doesn't matter because B is a Jinchuriki. He can eat Susanoo chakra with the Samehada.
No, we've already been through that. Since the most important thing in the battle is like attack power and durability, right? Okay. Once it's at a certain point to where what I think at B cannot damage Sasuke in any single way, he can't penetrate his body, right? So
is that what we're saying? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, of course. Because B can get one shot by people who Sasuke can deal with while weakened, right? Sasuke can take these one-shot attacks, B can't. B can't damage these other people, Sasuke can. So then it follows that B also can't damage Sasuke, and he can get one shot by him.
What would Sasuke have done to buff his durability, though? I mean, Hashirama cells.
No, they buff their durability with chakra. You know that, right? That's why Naruto in base is less durable than Naruto in KCM1. You ever seen the scene of KCM1 blocking a sword with his arm?
Yes.
Yeah, you see how he can block swords with his arms and
Shin,
shit?
Right?
Well, no, not Shin. He can also block swords in that fight as well. But in KCM1 against Zetsu, once he unlocks it, the Zetsu transforms into like a Jonin. He tries to slash down with a sword, and Naruto just blocks it with his arm. Like, that's just how durable he is at this point. But like Kid Naruto, without any chakra, can get stabbed by kunais by Kabuto and shit. See?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they amplify themselves with chakra, just like any other verse, like Dragon Ball Z. They amplify themselves.
But I've never seen Sasuke buff his durability with anything other than the Susanoo ribcage. And while you said,
you want me to show you something? You want me to tell you something that he does?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Sasuke, you know Kaguya, right?
Yeah.
Kaguya breaks through his Susanoo, right? And also hits Sasuke, but Sasuke isn't bleeding. Jigen does the same thing. Jigen cracks through his Susanoo and hits Sasuke right in the stomach, but it doesn't go straight through Sasuke, right? Because he can also amplify his durability. Right? Now, the Susanoo is more durable, but if you were to take that chakra, apply it to your body, right, you're amplifying your body to such a degree that it's past human lengths. Humans can't do that. And another thing, Naruto and Sasuke fall from like the fucking top of the sky with 0 chakra after their final clash, and they crash in the ground and don't die. Humans fall from like a building and die.
Okay.
So it just goes to show.
But the thing about Sasuke's chakra reserves and his durability is that with Samehada, it like one, we're giving B like an unlimited health bar, the same way that when fucking B like knocked Kisame's organs out, he immediately just healed them back with the chakra he got from the Samehada. Like, it seems like
the Samehada has to
with
be
the
able
Samehada doesn't even really matter. Like,
no, the Samehada has to be able to like get through your skin to take your chakra, right?
That's not necessarily true. It didn't get through. It didn't get through B's skin. It got through his chakra cloak. B's not bleeding. B's not bleeding when he gets swiped with the Samehada.
Let me show you. Let me show you what Samehada takes from B.
Because the whole thing with the Samehada is that the stronger the opponent, the stronger you get.
Yeah. Look at this. When it takes B's chakra, here it goes right here. His chakra is outside of his body. That's why I can take it, right? Look at that.
Okay, hold on.
Sasuke
are you DMing me the images, or is it like in the debate room?
It's in general. Ignore the image above.
Okay. Let me go to general. I'm like in the wrong fucking room. Where?
Bro, y'all are going crazy in general, bro. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what anybody's saying. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. You see that?
Let me find this shit.
Yeah,
I don't use
it's talk here. It's talk here.
That much.
Yeah, it's talk here. Check this. The talk here chat.
The top what?
I said it's called the talk here chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
All right. For sure.
I'm assuming that.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Okay, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. You see how his chakra's outside his body, and so he can absorb it through the shark scales or whatever.
What I don't see is blood.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you don't see blood because the chakra's already outside of the body.
Exactly. Right? So same thing with Susanoo.
Sasuke's chakra, Sasuke's Susanoo. First of all, the Susanoo doesn't act like this bubbly liquid chakra. Susanoo is solid, right?
But it's still chakra outside of the body that I'm sure the Samehada can
fortified chakra.
So you don't think that the Samehada could rip any chakra off of a Susanoo because it's fortified?
Well, I don't think the only thing I've seen Samehada do is eat this bubbly chakra.
I feel like that's enough.
Well, no,
I feel like that shows. I feel like that's part of the reason why Kisame's like teamed up with Itachi is that Samehada can eat that shit.
No, he's teamed up with Itachi because they work well together. Itachi can genjutsu you. He can steal your chakra.
Well, and that they're both willing to kill each other, and if anybody has a chance against Itachi, it's Kisame. Even though he does
I was about to say, I don't know what that was.
Even though he's, consistently says Itachi is stronger than me, I feel like of the Akatsuki that, are paired in pairs, because Pain doesn't really have a pair unless you say it's like Conan.
Well, it's just Conan.
I feel like he's there because he's the only one that could even maybe keep Itachi in line, because like even Obito's afraid of Itachi.
The Akatsuki pairings, I'm gonna just tell you, it's based on, because their whole goal is to get the Biju. It's based on them together gaining the Biju, and most Akatsuki members already can deal with Biju because they're stronger than them.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why, so Kisame can do all of this, and Samehada can do all of this because they're on that level. They're not Otsutsuki level, which Sasuke is.
Ooh, sorry, I got distracted reading for a second because I just became aware that there was this chat going on the whole fucking time. Niggas are giving me like lobs and shit saying Kisame also ate Naruto's chakra without cutting him.
Which time?
In part one. In part one.
Kisame? Kisame is stronger than Naruto in part one.
Yeah, but we're not talking about stronger or weaker. We're talking about can you take somebody's chakra without physically cutting him?
Go ahead, show it.
I'm saying yes, you can, and I feel that he could, one, rip chakra from a Susanoo, and then with that ripped chakra, fucking become buffed. Because that's what Samehada does. The stronger your opponent is, the stronger you are.
And you said he does this to Naruto on part 1?
That's what...
You want me to try to look that up for you?
That's what some fool said. Hold on.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you want me to try to look that up for you?
I didn't say it. If you want, I can try and look it up. I feel like you're doing all the legwork.
No, I've already taught you how to debate. Basically, I might as well teach you the scans too. I'll try to get it for you. I got you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just tell you, if you get in debate with someone else, they're not gonna teach you like I am.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of a long journey.
Yeah. Oh, is this? This is when. Oh, here you go. I don't have that scan, but I have a scan right here. Right. This is when when Kisame combines with Samehada and he tries to use that escape route when he transforms to that sword and tries to wiggle away in this scan right here.
Yeah, when he dips out when they're in the temple or something.
Yeah. You see how Naruto can punch down on him, and the sword absorbs chakra through all of its scales or whatever, and it doesn't start absorbing Naruto. That's because one or two things. That's because either A, it can't penetrate the low level of skin durability you have to get to the chakra network in order to get this chakra, or even though Naruto's chakra is on top of his skin, the Nine-Tails chakra is too durable because he can block swords and shit, to where it can't take it anyway. So yeah, it taking this this amount of B chakra while B is not even going all out. B is still holding back. You're like a weaker form of B. Right? Doesn't really matter. That doesn't prove it can take anyone's chakra.
But the whole point of Samehada is that it can take anyone's chakra.
No. The whole point of the Samehada is that
I feel like you could even argue. You might even be able to. No, never mind. I'm not going to try and.
Yeah, I feel like you're about to.
I was about to say some crazy shit. I was about to say the Samehada could eat the fucking Amaterasu. Okay. I can't believe that even crossed my mind. Okay. But I do think it could eat the Susanoo. I definitely think that it could eat a one-eyed Sharingan.
Remember what I told you at the beginning of the debate about them thoughts, man.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter about them thoughts.
Okay. The Samehada can beat a one-eyed Susanoo's chakra.
No. Because I said, remember I told you earlier, on this Otsutsuki level, Samehada or B just isn't on this level. It's not provable. Debates about all what you can prove. There are some times where it's you have this debate view, but outside of the debate, even though you can't prove it, you have this other view. That can happen, but once you get into the debate, you should just only focus on what you can prove.
Okay. So, I can prove...
What you can prove is...
you can't prove that Samehada can't eat Susanoo.
Yeah, yes, I could. Because the Susanoo is on Otsutsuki level, right? The Samehada doesn't eat KCM1 Naruto.
The Susanoo is not on that. The Susanoo is not on Otsutsuki level. Jigen kicked Sasuke out of his Otsutsuki.
That's the strongest Otsutsuki. There's Otsutsuki level, and of course, of levels, there are the upper echelon, right? That is the strongest Otsutsuki. You know how there's Biju level, and then there's Nine-Tails level. They're both Biju level, but Nine-Tails is the strongest of the Biju, and Nine-Tails could literally tie with 7 other Biju. But they are still Biju level.
Sasuke alone.
Let me give you a great example.
Alone with one eye is not tussling with any Otsutsuki.
I told you about those opinions, man.
It's not an opinion. There's no way, because he needed Naruto's help to fight.
Told you about Borishiki.
He needed Naruto's help.
He was weak in there, and he fought Borishiki.
Yeah,
Borishiki is Momoshiki. He's actually stronger than Momoshiki.
You're arguing that Boroshiki's stronger than Momoshiki, but Boroshiki's not creating fucking giant rock golems that can fight a Susanoo fused with Kurama.
No, it can't fight a Susanoo fused. It gets one shot by that. It can fight Kurama. It can't fight Susanoo fused Kurama. It can fight Kurama.
It did fight Susanoo Fuse Kurama, bro.
No, let me show you.
Bro,
let me show you.
Sasuke and Naruto weren't even the ones that beat Momoshiki. Boruto beat Momoshiki.
No, base Naruto's Rasengan beat Momoshiki. But check talk here. This is what happens when the Golem fought Susanoo fused Kurama. It wasn't a fight. It got one shot. And you see why it's missing the arm? That Susanoo cloaked Kurama simply spawning and moving its arm broke off that other arm of the Golem. Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a fight. It was just a one shot.
Okay, but you already admitted that if it were just a Susanoo, and definitely if it wasn't a perfect Susanoo, which Sasuke can't do now because he has one EMS, he wouldn't stand a chance.
We don't know what he can do. Minimum, he could do Susanoo with legs. And this is a weakened Naruto and Sasuke. So if you want to say he can beat, this Golem can beat a weakened Susanoo or weakened Nine-Tails, have at it. Doesn't backscale. Doesn't matter. Sasuke had to teleport people, and Naruto was getting his chakra drained for hours. Yes. I'm pretty sure in the anime it says, oh, you're almost at the 50% mark. And I already told you at the beginning of the debate. Remember I was telling you how claims work? When you have a weakened person, you can no longer backscale them to link them in a debate. So if you use that, what I told you earlier, it should be clicking right now that doesn't really matter because they were weakened. Yeah. Debating has a lot of ins and outs you have to go with.
Okay. So let's like make this like a fucking narrative. So So Killer B.
Oh wait, we make a narrative. Killer B cannot beat Sasuke.
Killer B. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Like, because Sasuke has plot armor. But I'm just saying, okay, so Killer B. Killer B.
Is crazy.
Fucking time travels to adult Sasuke with one eyes era. Okay. And he wants to run his fade.
Okay.
Sasuke. Okay, let's add a condition. Sasuke doesn't have experience fighting Killer B.
Okay.
Because I feel like that would.
Okay, so Sasuke does have experience. Killer B from the past, time traveled to now.
Cool. Yes. Killer B from the past, time traveled to now. He's fighting Sasuke with all of his little swords and his Samehada.
He would get one shot.
Sasuke isn't opening with Susanoo.
Okay,
Sasuke is probably trying to start.
Sasuke's kick or punch would break every sword and every bone in Killer B's body with one kick.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Because the stronger Killer B...
He's just doing push-ups. He's just been doing push-ups, one-arm push-ups this whole time, getting fucking...
Well, not... I would say push-ups, but he's been doing training, right? Like I told you at the beginning, again, a stronger Killer B, adult Killer B, right? Someone who's been also presumably training, getting stronger than his war art counterpart, right? Just like all the Gokage and shit. Gets one shot by base Momoshiki. Sasuke, while weakened, can fight Borushiki, who is over base Momoshiki, right? So this one shot that happened not only just wouldn't happen to Sasuke, it wouldn't happen to a Sasuke that can barely stand. So Killer B would be lucky to beat a Sasuke that can barely walk. Let alone a Sasuke fully functional with one eye, right?
Oh.
So the most you get is if Sasuke can't walk, maybe Killer B can do something.
Nah, because Sasuke doesn't one shot B because peak B is stronger than Darui, who was also wrestling with Momo.
Let me go pee real quick.
Okay. I hear you guys. I need to get my own scans. Fucking doing it now.
I'm back. What were you saying?
Okay, so I'm saying peak B is stronger than Hokage Darui
No,
is
that's
relative
false.
to Momoshiki.
That's false. That's
Why?
false.
Why?
Okay. I didn't tell you this earlier, but I'll tell you this now. Hold on. What if you're debating, right? And there's already scans presented to prove one thing. But hold on, let me switch phones. Yeah, okay. When you're debating and there's already scans to prove one thing, right? That's called something that's established in the debate. It's already been established that Momoshiki is above this Killer B level. So you bringing up Darui, who can swap with Momoshiki, since it's already been established in the debate that he's above this Killer B level.
There's no fucking way. There's no way old Darui is stronger than peak B. I can't give it to you. I can't give it to you.
Like I told you
at
the beginning, like I told you at the beginning of the debate.
This isn't an opinion. This isn't a belief. There is absolutely no fucking way that old Darui is stronger than peak B.
What do you mean old? You know he's like 40 or some shit.
Bro, he has. Oh, I guess they all have fucking blonde hair. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the white hair and thinking, and the white beard and thinking old. I'm forgetting.
He is probably around the same age as Darui. They're not that far off.
And when has Darui ever been stronger than B?
In Boruto.
No, this just means that B is stronger than this Darui.
No, it doesn't, because Momoshiki is already provably stronger than B. He one-shot him. No, not just Momoshiki, by the way.
It was Urashiki, but no, it was Urashiki, and Urashiki used his hack's ass fucking.
No, Killer B got nailed to a mountain by Kenshiki. He shot a Biju bomb. Momoshiki absorbed it and reflected it back. I can send you the scene.
Okay, you can set, but we're bringing in fucking karma abilities. B's all his abilities are fucking just overloading people with chakra base. There's no way he's ever going to be able to handle an Otsuki just based on their hacks.
Okay.
But Sasuke can handle he doesn't have those hacks. Okay, but Sasuke doesn't have those hacks.
Darui can handle an Otsuki. Darui can handle an Otsuki.
He is stronger than Darui.
You can't just say it without evidence.
Yes, I can. I can in complete confidence say there's never been a point in time where Darui, who's A's lackey and never seen as an equal to A, is stronger than B, who's also been seen as an equal to A.
That's in a different show.
It's all the same series.
That's in a different show.
It's all the same series.
No, one is a prequel, one is a sequel. It doesn't matter if you think it's in the same long-running series. They're still different shows, different writers. Kishimoto did not write the beginning of Boruto.
There's no, you can't. There's no instance where Darui is ever stronger than A.
In Kishimoto's show, yeah. This isn't Kishimoto's show. Well, it wasn't that then. It is now, but it wasn't then. So, yeah.
B is stronger than Darui. B is stronger than Darui. B is stronger than Darui. That means that B can take hits from Sasuke.
I mean, you can say that, but saying that and proving that is two different things. So. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, remember what I told you at the beginning of the debate?
Like B, yeah, I know what you told me at the beginning of the debate, but like, outside of fucking semantics, are you telling me that in your heart of hearts you believe that Darui is stronger than B?
Yeah. In my heart of hearts, I do believe that.
In your heart of hearts.
Yes.
Hold on.
I mean, like, bro, I've already told you there's like opinions in debates and outside debate. This is an opinion I hold in and outside of debates. Okay. He's not that important to the narrative anymore. Of course, he's going to take the backseat. You know, this isn't Naruto, right? Kage and Boruto take precedence over normal people, or I guess he's a pretty respected person in Cloud Village, but not Kage's in the Cloud Village.
Okay, well, you could make the argument that B stopped training. He doesn't look like he's been training at all. Versus
that hurts you.
No, but I'm talking about peak B.
Well, no.
Remember, the argument is peak B versus.
He didn't get weaker. So he would be the same AP, durability, and speed as the other one. So no matter which way you slice it, whether he got stronger or stayed stagnant, right? It's still the same amount of power he ended off in Shibuya. Unless you have some argument to where he got weaker. He's not like an old, fragile man. You can't say, oh, old people get weaker, like that. Like we see with Hiruzen. Hiruzen's like very old. That's why he got weaker than his prime self, right? Can't say the same for B. Pretty sure B looks relatively young too. Let me see.
Okay, well, you're making the argument that, because B gets bodied by Momo and Kinshiki, and he's tied up to a wall getting his chakra absorbed, that means that he's weak, right? That he can't.
Who?
B. You're saying that because B got tied
up. B's not weak. He's just weaker than Dark Hair Sasuke.
Bro, let me pull something up real quick.
I got you.
So here is. Fuck.
Bro, why are y'all sending fat chicks in general, man? I'm trying to teach a guy how to debate.
Clown hose summoning jutsu.
Yeah, focus.
Clown hose, come get your girl, bro. Come with your girl real quick, bro.
Bro, Divine, you beat me to it, bro. I was just about to say that.
Mobs, he's new. I have to explain it to him, or else I don't want to just, not explain it and be the guy. It doesn't.
The Gator domain.
Hey, yo, they're debating, bro. Stop trying to pack me, bitch.
So,
wait, Clown Hose, do you actually like fat bitches?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Chill out, my guy. He don't like super fat bitches. He just said like fat bitches.
Yes, he does, bro.
All right, Troy.
All right.
I know you're in the middle of a debate, bro, but I have history with 400-pounders, bro.
Hey, never mind, man. Never mind. You got it, gang.
Damn.
Anyway, back to Trill, man. What's up, gang?
So here's an image of Naruto in the exact same situation.
400 is crazy. Where?
Bro, tied up, getting his belly button sucked by fucking Momoshiki.
Yeah, and you know what Naruto does?
We didn't.
You know what Naruto does after getting drained?
What?
He proceeds to be able to fight relative to Momo, a stronger Momo.
Okay, but
what B does after getting beat up?
The fight. We didn't get to see the fight between B and Momo and Kinshiki up to that point. It just cuts to him tied up.
There was a fight.
It cuts to him being tied up. I feel like
it cuts to Momo not being damaged too. It cuts to Momo, Kinshiki, and Urashiki having no damage on them, smiling, and B tied up. You know what it cuts to in the Naruto fight? You can't
prove that B got hit by Momoshiki, and that's why he's tied up. You were making the argument that B would get punched by Sasuke, and immediately there would be a hole in his stomach.
Yeah.
How do I turn my mic down? Because I'm bothering people. But
no, just tell them lower your volume.
Yeah, the people can just.
They can lower your volume. But yeah, Sasuke would punch a hole and Killer B. Yeah.
But Momoshiki didn't punch a hole in Killer B.
Momoshiki didn't punch B.
So they got him tied up without having to put hands on him at all.
No, Kinshiki put holes in him. Momoshiki didn't have to. He simply reversed the Biju bomb and one-shot him.
Okay, but one-eyed Sasuke would have gotten killed by Kinshiki too.
Oh no, you can't. You can't demonstrate that.
I can demonstrate it. Let me get the GIF.
Okay. Are you gonna get the GIF of Sasuke when he went to their dimension to receive information, post a portal, so it means he's weakened and you can't prove. And he's also saving chakra to teleport back. You're gonna get that one with 3 different variables adding on to his nerf.
You're not allowed to do all that before I even get the fucking GIF. Hold on. I'm just gonna show you the moment where he would have died. It's right here.
Okay.
Here's the GIF. He'd be dead. No Rinnegan.
Says who?
Head chopped off. the fact that he needed his Rinnegan hacks to get away.
Well, no, we don't know if he needed it. We know he used it.
Ugh.
That's another thing I forgot to tell you about it. But I keep forgetting to tell you the parameters of the debate, right? It's I'm kind of being unfair to you. I don't like that. I'm trying to teach you, right? Okay, when we see something used in a debate, right, or in the anime or some shit, we don't come to the conclusion that this needed to be used unless we have like complementary scaling to prove that. What we do come to the conclusion is that they did use this because that's what we see. Right. Other outside evidence of how we know Sasuke scales, that's how we come to the conclusion that Sasuke didn't need to use this. He just used it. All right. Which you may be looking at, oh my God, I don't think he should have used it. You know, it's a waste of chakra. In my opinion, you would have did that. People don't always do the best actions throughout battle, right? Mm-hmm. If people did what was the smartest in battle, Naruto would be like a flat, normal, probably like 300 episode show. Because everyone would be doing the best of their abilities, the smartest. Mm-hmm. Like if they did the smartest shit, they would have probably just killed Boruto before Momoshiki takes over his body, and there would be no Momoshiki turn on a village or anything. They would have killed Kawaki as well. There would be Himno taking over, right? But no, for the plot to continue, they have to do shit a certain way, right?
All right,
which
bro.
is cool.
I fucking give up. This is a hard debate. I was on the losing side from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, you said it was your first debate. It's no problem.
For sure. Good looks. I don't know if you want to do